While I didn't know about any of this at the time, I did notice something that irritated me. Richard began to show interest in the ET thing. To be more specific, he started listening to this radio program called Talk Into the Night. The show dealt with extraterrestrials, UFO sightings, and things like that. It's funny because when Stephen talked about this stuff a few months ago, Rich thought he was crazy. But then it seemed like Richard was the one who was beginning to take this stuff seriously. Take last Monday night, for example.
Danielle, can you listen to Talk in the Night with me? I've caught some shows and there seems to be some sort of a grand setup going on in the world right now.
Honey, I would, but it's late and I've had a really long day.
Oh, come on. It's not that late. And to be fair, I did listen to that CD from your Marion conference, remember?
Okay. Tell you what, I'll listen as I'm getting ready for bed.
Thanks, Danielle. That would be great. Let me turn it up. They're just starting in again.
Welcome back to Talk Into the Night. I'm George Bell. My guest, Philip McDaniel. We've been discussing the implications of life in the universe and the effect it would have on the world's religions. Astronomers who have been searching for life on Mars or other potentially habitable planets have become more vocal of late. After decades of denial, many are now starting to acknowledge that advanced intelligent life somewhere out there is likely. Philip, have you noticed this growing trend?
Yes, George, I have. For many years, I've been tracking this movement among researchers and scientists. There has definitely been an increase in the number of mainstream news articles on UFOs and extraterrestrial life. As I've investigated all these things, I believe that perhaps all of us in the media are being used in some way to condition the public for a major announcement or discovery or even appearance that confirms alien life. Personally, I believe a shocking disclosure is imminent.
As a matter of fact, Paul Davies of the Atlantic Monthly wrote in 2003 that the discovery of even a single bacterium somewhere beyond Earth could force mankind to revise its understanding of who we are and where we fit into the cosmic scheme of things. Davies speculated that such a find could throw the human race into a spiritual identity crisis that could leave some grasping for faith in God. So, Philip, if just microbial life was discovered somewhere beyond Earth, what do you think it would mean to people of faith?
That's the big question. Many religious leaders suspect that such a discovery would shock the small number of fundamentalist Christians who still take the story of creation literally. I came across an interesting quote by a Unitarian minister from the Washington Post online that I believe represents the feeling of many. In 2007, Minister Connie Burtka stated the following: "Any discovery of extraterrestrial life would raise some challenging questions about the origin of life on Earth as well as elsewhere, about the centrality of humankind in the universe, and about the creation story in the Bible." George, the majority of those from non-fundamentalist backgrounds said it would not contradict their faith, and that Christianity would adapt its doctrines to fit into the new truths that would emerge from such a discovery.
Very interesting. We are short on time. Can you take some calls?
Danielle, don't you find this stuff amazing? What if some of what Stephen told us was right, and there is a biblical connection? I really need to look into this further.
I don't know, Rich. And at this hour, I'm a little too tired to think about anything. I've really got to get some sleep. Good night, sweetie.
Yeah. Good night.